Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, we do mini-series, we do long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we will turn it into a mouse game and play the heck out of it. Speaking of, tonight we are playing a game called Mausritter. It is our answer to the itch that a bunch of us had to play a Redwall game where we just got to be adorable mice and go do cool things. If you haven't played this game before, it's very simple, very much what is it called? Not rules. I guess it is rules light.
Yeah, there's not a
It's
ton of rules.
very simple to pick up, and we just get to be cute mice that are definitely not going to throw themselves headfirst into danger. But before we start, we do have a few announcements. The first being the adventure that we're playing tonight is called The Tomb of the Slumbering Queen. It was written by an individual named Philippa Mort. You can find them on Twitter at MortPhilippa. She writes a whole bunch of great stuff. Absolutely go check it all out. And was more than gracious enough to give us a copy of the adventure to give away for free. So if you would like a chance to win it, you can type hashtag Queen, capital Queen, and it enters you for drawing, which we will do as soon as we come back from the break. Other than that, we do have two sponsors. The first being Hero Forge. It's the site that we use to make all these wonderful tokens, but mainly it's where you can go to make super customized miniature models, which you can get sent straight to your door. Nope, the code is over. They were running a code for Black Friday, but obviously that's done. But you can use our code. I will post in the chat because Tessa is probably busy. That's fine. Tessa does enough around here. Suppose I could do something. Nope, Dido beat me to it. You can use
Dido.
that link posted by Dido to get, cool stuff, and whatever you buy does support us. And we heck and love you for it. Our other sponsor is Epidemic Sound. I see all of these redeems going on. I'll get to them. Epidemic
Chaos.
Sound is the site that we use to get all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects. Have just a massive library of any mood or genre you could ever want. Just it's incredible. Tonight I just searched for mouse music and I got mouse music. It's kind of adorable. But once again, you can use our link. They're posted by Dido to get 30 days access to the entirety of the site. And at the end of the 30 days, if you decide you don't want it, you don't need it, you can cancel. It doesn't cost you a penny. But if you do decide to keep it, it does support us. And once again, we heck and love you for it. Coming up, games. Because we always got games coming up. Schedule. There we go. On tomorrow, actually.
There's a game tomorrow night.
You're gonna see.
There's one tomorrow, Hoop.
One doctor, one medical professional here on screen, running a game of Delta Green, which I'm very excited for. It's gonna be awesome. The cast is fantastic. Delta Green is just a beautiful system too. If you haven't checked it out. Friday we have a game of D&D 5th Edition run by Dido. On Saturday, I actually think we had to cancel the Pathfinder game. Mods will correct me if I'm wrong. And of course, Sunday is Lancer Day. We're playing some Lancer. We're in the trade baronies, going to a masquerade ball, where half the people there are trying to buy out all of your secrets, and the other half are trying to kill you. Should be great.
Typical Sunday.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it for announcements, unless Tessa's about to yell at me. But I think we're good. I think I can pass it off to the wonderful cast and crew in front of us, give them a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing, and yeah, we'll kick it off going counterclockwise, starting to my left, that way, with Duck.
Yay, that's me. Hey, everybody. I'm Duck Rimbo. I'm Duck Rimbo on Twitch. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter, which doesn't seem to die, and Doc Rimbo on Hive and other places too, if that ever comes back. And I'm super happy to be here. My pronouns are he, she, or they. Like Hoops said, I'll be here tomorrow night running Delta Green, and that's the first of a two-parter. Everyone should come by. I'm super excited for that little mini arc. And tonight, I'm going to be playing Alder Black. And Alder is very big. And he's also not the smartest, but he's very strong. And he is a trap thief mouse, which I take to mean he goes and gets the cheese from the trap and no one else will.
Yeah, I thought he stole
Because he's
traps.
not that smart. What's that?
I thought he
You
just
think he
stole
steals traps?
Yeah.
On a good day, he comes back with traps too. It depends. It depends on what kind of day he's having.
Sometimes the mousetrap is just connected to him still.
That's right. Sometimes it's hanging off my tail.
I got the cheese.
I've got the cheese, everybody.
Oh, adorable. But that brings us down to Ling.
Hello, I'm Ling. Needmore_dice on all the socials. It's Needmore is all one word there. I am gonna be back here soon. Also for some of those games coming up in January, but I use she her pronouns, and I forgot what else I was supposed to say right now.
Who are you playing tonight?
Who's your character?
Oh yeah, who am I playing? Well, that's fitting that I was a little bit spaced out because I'm playing Holly Bramley, who's like just a super chill, laid back farmer of fungus. Yeah.
No reason.
That's it.
All right. And then that's going to move us over to you, Kai.
Hi, I'm Kai. I am using they them pronouns for myself, but my character is Avon Duskhollow, if you will. At your service. Very smooth talking, very charming cartographer who's out to see the world and all the things in it, and perhaps occasionally find a nice, particularly fragrant piece of cheese and a lovely companion to share a sunset with.
Absolutely. And of course, last but not least, up to Sean.
That's me. I'm Sean. Yeah, he, him. Here every once in a while. Be back again next month for some more Alien with Meg Mysterio, of course. Tonight, however, I will be playing Hansel Summerholm. He's a very proper mouse. He is a worker of leather and fine goods, and is very industrious, and he has no idea how he keeps getting caught up in these shenanigans. But if it is for the good of the community, then that is what we will do. Yes.
And of course, I'm Andrew, your Games Master for the evening and for most evenings around here. Although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seat in the coming weeks, because we got a bunch of great people that want to run a bunch of great stories. And I'm here to support it. I guess we should probably just dive on into this. Just a hair. Bad loud. So, the four of you, very brave, well, degrees of brave between you all. You've all been called to answer a plea, a cry for help. A noble family of bats from a nearby cavern system have come to the mouse population asking for help. The Dissanguine family believed that the land rights of these caverns should belong to them, that they've been stolen over the years by a competing noble family. They need help getting them back. They, of course, are willing to pay you handsomely in pips and treasure and ancient bat artifacts. Whatever it takes to get their home back. Pause on that. The place that they'll be sending you today, fairly high up in the mountain. A large boulder making up a majority of this cavern. Rises high above the ground. Iron deposits run through it, creating these rusty red veins of ore. Near the peak of said iron boulder, within the natural opening of the rock, are these sanguine caves. By day, the area surrounding the caves is peaceful, but recently, bats have been seen hunting the area at night. Something that hasn't happened for quite a while. Deep within these sanguine caves, it's rumored that something sleeps, something that should not be disturbed. Now, of course, that's probably just rumor and just a fairy tale to scare off those that aren't brave enough to come seeking the treasures. I would ask that the four of you, what would your answer be? The bat emissary that's come to visit your small mouse town asking for help. Of course, it is the middle of the night. You've all been awoken from your beds and pulled out into the town square to meet with this emissary. The mayor of your town seems to be trying to keep the peace. Most of the population doesn't exactly know what to think of this. But if you'd like, we can go in the exact opposite order of we did for introductions and start with Hansel.
So I find these rumors of hunting near the caves to be somewhat disturbing. Is it, if there is something inside those caves that are not supposed to be there, I worry that it could be dangerous for the rest of the community. We have small ones here. Perhaps it is best that someone go investigate.
Absolutely. Avon, what do you think?
Avon bows to the emissary, and if there is any way I can be of assistance, my lord, I would be most honored to do so.
Bat emissary, which a figure quite imposing to most of you, would give a very low bow, those leathery wings just kind of extending out in wide sweeping motion. Much appreciated. These caverns we cannot look into, but fortunately with our size and the collapse of certain parts of the cavern, we need brave soldiers such as yourselves, of your size. Polly, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just get in those caves. Like, do you know there's that whole ecosystem? There's these things that grow there you can't find anywhere else. So yeah, I'm in. And bad artifacts make really good fertilizer. So yeah, you're cool with that? I'm cool going.
Alder.
Alder's asleep. Alder's fallen back asleep, standing up
That was going to be my
until
question.
until somebody elbows
Yeah,
him.
I'll nudge him.
Ah!
Do not be offended. This happens on occasion. He's like child sometimes. He just falls asleep.
You shouldn't talk that way about the. You shouldn't talk that way about the Bat Nobles. They're right there. They're not like children. They're very fancy.
Yes, you're yes, very correct.
I don't- what's an artist fact?
Um, so, you know how when we speak, things come out of our mouth? Oh, wait, maybe I should have done that.
Yes, Your Majesty. What is an artist fact?
Is a gift, something of deep value to us that we would like to share with you.
Can I eat it?
We could probably find something that you could eat, yes.
Okay, I'll go. I'll
Good.
go and help bring my artist facts back, and help my friends.
Always good to have you.
Yes.
Music was so intense. You'd all get that wide sweeping bow again. Your bat emissary just giving you all a series of thanks and much appreciated. And then the mayor kind of pulling them off to the side for a moment. See that they're talking probably about payments, probably about what it would mean for them to move back into the valley. And all the while, the mayor's assistant, a mouse probably half the size of most of you, a third the size of Alder, probably, just comes up, very official looking tunic and badge, assistant to the mayor. Okay, so go and grab a barrel and kind of drag it over, climb up on top, so most of you are eye to eye. Okay, here's the deal. Mayor is happy to send a few of us, but if it seems dangerous, he wants you to come back, and we'll seal off the cave, tell the bats that there was nothing there, and just pretend like none of this ever happened. All right?
Right. So we run away.
Well, I mean, if there's, something good there, maybe try to grab it first.
Yeah, like food.
Yeah, that.
Or artist facts.
I don't know what that is. But
I
sure.
don't either.
Father,
Not work.
so, when we speak, things come out of our mouth.
Yes.
Artist facts are what come out the other end, so they're not
Ew,
made
gross.
to eat, but you put them in the soil and you grow things that are great to eat. So it's like
Oh.
eating gift.
I don't think that's what he was
Yes.
referring to.
Oh,
Holly's pretty smart. I think she's probably right.
I mean, not debating, but regardless, it's you have nothing to worry about. We will handle the situation, and I assure you, we will do whatever is best for the community.
Good. Yeah. Well, sorry, but they kind of need us to go check this out immediately. So,
Oh, okay.
I will merely go grab my jacket and my equipment, and I will be back momentarily.
good. Well,
Just
Hansel.
look down at,
Oh, go ahead.
I just look down at him. It's like I'm not sure the idea of double crossing them
No,
is
no,
good
no,
for
no,
the
no.
community.
It's just if we find anything, we bring it home, see what to do with it. But if it's dangerous, obviously we don't want to send any of our folk into danger.
Right. Except us. But if there is danger, then we run away and grab the food.
Yes, see what's there first. Handle a little bit of danger, of course. Well,
Don't worry. It's just like Handel said. We can handle it. I'm gonna go get my stuff.
Hansel, what is your weapon of choice?
Pencil has a very nice forged mouse-sized sword that he carries that has been handed down in his family for several generations, along with a leather covered shield that he made himself, as well as a leather full jacket that is almost a rust red in color with some various white stitching here and there, and his tricorn hat.
You have a medium weapon.
Yes.
Perfect. Alder, what do you have for weapon?
Well, in terms of attire, he's dressed like Hodor, but as a mouse, and he uh, he has this long staff with a fish hook tied to the end of it. It's called a hook arm, and he uses it primarily to like reach into traps and pull the bait out of them. Right, it's mostly functional, but it's also a big honking stick with a fish hook at the end. Yeah.
You have a heavy weapon.
Yes, I use both of my hands to carry it.
Avon, what are you looking like for equipment?
So, it's very there's a bright green like a not bright green like a hunter green tunic, and uh, uh dark blue trousers with a leather vest over. Not really much for armor, more for the look of it than anything. Um, and then um, uh, one of these like pinned up Aussie hats, um, and um, uh, a needle rapier.
Yeah, that's a light weapon.
Yes.
All right. And Holly.
Holly is decked out in all natural hand-woven materials, kind of like patchwork, earth tones. She's still got her apron on because she was actually awake doing some mushroom stuff before they got called down. Uh, she has a big hat made out of leaves, and in her tail, wait, by the way, she is a gray and white mouse, and little chunky, little happy, jolly, whatever you want to call it. She's fuzzy and just comfortable in her own skin. And you see her tail go up in the air, and it's wrapped around a garden trowel. And like it's pretty sharp. Like I stab myself with it sometimes, so it's kind of like a dagger.
It's also a
But
light
I don't really.
weapon. All right.
Holly is the hippie of the group.
I mean, the mushroom
yeah,
collector
and
with the trowel. Happy-go-lucky.
I should mention, Avon is an older mouse. The edges of his fur, he's sort of got that graying going on right around his muzzle. There's almost like a gray. If the fur were any longer, it'd be a mustache, but it's just very gray through there. Um, but very still like just oozes charm. Um, for Final Fantasy 12 fans out there, this is Balthier with a tail and ears.
All right. Well,
A well-rounded crew. All these personalities. God.
are there any other preparations that you would like to make before you begin
I
your
used-
long trek?
Going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Good call.
And then I come back.
Hansel has his bag with some snacks for the road and a couple of torches, and sword at his waist, and hat settled, and he's ready to go.
Got some fire and a lot of snacks.
Yeah,
So many snacks.
Is
lots.
anyone?
It's so many snacks.
So many snakes.
So snacks are important.
Any preparations for the climb?
No, just snacks.
Just snacks. Got it. Understood. Alrighty then. It's a fairly steep climb. It's going to take you I definitely, throughout the remaining few hours of the night, into the few hours of the morning, where you finally hit the summit, the Iron Boulder. Staring in, you see a small cavern, overhanging almost, near the entrance of what looks like a network of caves that run deeper. This stone outcropping. On one side, there are a few large boulders. Across the rest of the room are these pointed, jagged bits of stone, which you would recognize as stalagmites. Unfortunately, even though you had so many snacks in the world, you do all have the exhausted condition by the time you finally reach the top. For anyone that doesn't know, in Mausritter, you have a certain number of equipment slots, and whenever you get conditions, those conditions fill spots in your equipment. Exhausted fills one of the 6.
Do it, do.
I'm tired.
Need a breather? Maybe
No,
we
I've
should-
been breathing the whole way up the mountain.
Do you
I
need a
need time to rest.
little sit down?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a good idea. Maybe we
Okay.
could talk about strategy because I got so distracted and excited about those mushrooms that I kind of forgot why people actually coming here. Something
I
about
don't
danger.
remember what we're doing.
Something about our bat friends in danger.
Okay.
Hansel, Amon, you remember?
Yeah, did you pay attention?
Yes,
No.
I tried to pay attention. I remember the bats came and asked us to check out the caverns.
Yeah.
They think there may be something in there, someone trying to take over.
Okay.
That's it.
Because, of
There
course,
are
the different
hunters.
bats think that it all belongs to them. Personally, I am more worried about what else might be in there and if it might be a threat.
Am I?
Okay. Well,
Oh, you're in the mix because you do seem more action oriented. And also, I need time to collect some species, like some samples. So hang out back.
so I'm looking around,
Mhm.
and I know that like you can take a little short rest, but I don't think that our exhausted stuff goes away until we have a long
It
rest,
would be a
right?
long rest, yeah.
Okay. It takes one watch.
Yeah, I mean, if you would
And
like to spend some time, it's probably gonna bring you into early evening by the time you'd finish a long rest.
should we take some breathing, or should we maybe go in before it gets too dark?
Well,
Well,
it's like that time, right?
Yeah, nighttime is bad time.
well, I believe that if we take a bit of a rest, we should still have some daylight, as long as we do not wait over long. and perhaps we will be more rested before we go in.
Doesn't make a difference to me. I could go now. Avon, what do you think?
I would prefer to be better rested myself before we head in.
It
Okay.
will give us time to watch the outside to make sure nothing comes in or out and observe for a little while.
Maybe we can go hide behind some of the points. Those, and he points at the stalagmites.
Oh, that is an excellent idea.
If we wait there and see what comes in or goes out,
Thank you.
scurry,
That is
scurry,
an
scurry, scurry,
excellent
scurry, scurry.
idea.
You know, we're on the right track when Alder's the brains of the operation.
Oh God! Oh.
Absolutely.
Well, stepping inside, you would immediately not only notice the smell, but the sight of just piles of bat guano. Most of it is tucked away in kind of like the back right corner of the room. Um, at at the deepest, it's probably about shoulder height for most of you, only about waist height for Alder. That's at the very deepest.
Look, artifacts.
Yes.
Don't touch that. It is not. No, you don't want to touch that.
I get my gloves and I get out my little glass jar or whatever mouse size thing would be a good container. I collect it.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
But I don't get my hands dirty because that just will gross. We have mushrooms to eat later.
Think, Polly, have
dreadful.
you dealt much in bat guano?
I've dealt with a lot of fertilizer, but this is like extra special.
I don't feel like it's a stretch to say that you would know bat guano can be very flammable, almost to the point of being explosive.
That's a good thing to remember.
Well, I'm gonna light a torch so we can see better in here.
We'll
Just
put
going to
way down
take
at the
this
bottom of
torch
the
out of my pack very slowly.
Good thing I have a sealed leather compartment at the bottom of the bag.
But remember, it's up to my waist.
We're
The
surrounded by it, aren't we?
entirety of the room, yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
Lighting a torch in 5.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Wait, hold on a second. A lot of times artist backs can blow up and just go boom. And if you get fire too close, and
I didn't sign on for this.
yeah, that's why you don't want to light that torch.
Okay.
Are you saying that the bat guano, the excrement, is flammable?
Not excrement, artifact.
There's one of one works for it.
Oh,
Alder takes an unlit torch and sticks it in the bat guano just to see if it sticks to the torch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super torch. I made it.
Yeah, that's really
you
smart.
you just keep it away from me.
Okay.
If you are taking a rest in here, you'd notice the big stone doorway at the back of this chamber that seems to lead deeper into the caverns, but you'd also find a smaller door, almost tucked away and hidden back behind the tallest piles of guano.
Does the smaller door look big enough for the bats, even?
It does not.
Interesting.
What's interesting?
Well, there are two doors, and I am wondering because this one looks far too small for the bats to go through. They are much too big. I mean, we will fit, but the bats are much larger than we are. Why would they have such a small door?
Yeah. Who is this door for?
Maybe it's for us now.
Perhaps it may be.
Will Alder fit?
I could squeeze down small.
Yeah, squeezing a
We
little
can
bit.
do the Pooh Bear thing where like we push from the
Yes.
back.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I want to rest, and then we can go check out any door you want.
Yes. We take a rest, and then we give this a try.
I should also mention that by the big stone door, there are little mushrooms sprouting. Like they're sprouting underneath the door from beyond.
How do we feel about checking out that big door?
Well, my worry is if that is the door that the whatever bats might have come in, then we really would just be walking right into them.
Here's the thing though. If you look at the bottom, there's like a bunch of mushrooms growing up from the bottom, and if that door had been open recently, then they would have been all mangled. I mean, some of them grow pretty fast, but I don't think they grow that fast.
Ooh.
That is no, that seems a reasonable point. I know
Should
very little about mushrooms other than they taste good on pizza. So
should we make a vote?
Everyone looks like who's going to say something.
I have an idea. It is entirely possible that the paths that these two doors go to actually meet up. Maybe we could split up, and one of us goes with Holly to check that path, and the other two check the smaller path.
I am not
You know what?
certain that I agree with this. This seems dangerous. If the four of us are together, we are much stronger than if we are separated. If there are only two of us together and we run into a, I don't know, a rock fall, a cave in, then we have far less of a chance to get back to the others.
I would
Fine.
also like to say something smart. And
Yes, yes, Alder.
it's that the one door is smaller, and so the things in that door are our size,
Yes.
so it's not as dangerous. Because
Maybe
if it's
even
big,
without
it might
needing
be
our
too
lives.
big, like a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, cats like bats?
Yeah.
Probably. All right. When we leave, if we're not like running for our lives, help me remember to gather some of that turkey before we go. All right.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
Make sure that you all
Go
mark
ahead
off
and
one
go.
use of your rations, and you can remove your exhausted conditions.
Nice.
Hey.
I roll a d6. Starting off strong. All right. Come the end of your rest, as you just start packing everything away, tuck all of your snacks into your packs. The big stone door would creak and then start to open.
Big one. Uh-oh.
some place to hide. Hide yourselves.
Everybody hide.
Should we go in the little door?
Yes.
There.
Alder makes a run for the little door.
Just wading through, like, about chest high guano. The rest of you, it's just,
Oh,
and then swimming.
I thought it was behind, not under.
I'm using Alder as an icebreaker and just following.
He is absolutely leaving a wake behind him through the bat guano. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is disgusting.
Mhm.
Oh,
Would you all make the very first rolls of the game? And we're gonna go with a, believe, would be a dexterity save.
So we roll a d20, right?
Yep, and you want to roll on or under whatever your stat is for dexterity.
Okay.
Oh, that.
I rolled a 5.
I also rolled
dexterity
a
is a 10.
5, which is good.
I crit success. I rolled a 1. My dex is 12.
Heck yeah. Holly?
3 minutes.
Oof. Amazing rolls. You just, with Alder just into the pile of guano, just forging a path. The rest of you quickly follow behind. Find yourselves with pretty solid cover, staring at this small door by the time that big stone door is pushed open. And Alder being the only one tall enough at the moment to see over the pile, you would see a mouse just kind of stumbling his way through the door, hands just full of harvested mushrooms.
Do I recognize this mouse?
He is, or he has at least been by your village before.
Like we've seen this dude?
Yeah. I don't know that Alder would take the time to remember his name.
Sure. What is he? Look, he has all the mushrooms.
Nice.
He turns around to the others. He's like, there's a mouse that came out of the big door and he has mushrooms.
No.
Is he a really big mouse?
He's like mouse-sized.
Is he from the village?
No, but I've seen him before. He comes through sometimes.
I wonder what he is doing here.
I don't know. He's
My head around?
yeah. I'm gonna lift Holly up.
Okay.
We got the Scooby Doo stack.
Uh-huh.
Do I recognize him from my mushroom enthusiast circles?
Yes, this is
Mushroom
Igor Bristle Whisker. And
Oh,
his face is glowing with mushroom spores. Literally luminescent mushroom spores across his face. Just like a child that just buried their face in chocolate cake.
Igor, that's Igor.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he's super nice, and he has treasure like everywhere. Not this kind of treasure, like the kind that everybody likes.
Well, perhaps we should talk to him and see what he saw in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, Walter.
Back through the artifacts. And he like starts swimming through the guano again.
Holding me.
Getting it's all over
He's
my
still
clothes.
he's still holding Holly, like Simba.
I'm going to have to burn these clothes.
You could get basically up to Igor, like right up into his face before he would even recognize that someone else is in the room. Finally, just looking
He's in the
at
mushroom
you.
zone.
It's very much so. Eyes just.
Or-
How those pupils looking?
Oh. Hello.
Hi, Igor. Wow.
Hello.
Looks like you hit the jackpot. Huh?
What?
Hello. You hit the jackpot, huh?
What?
Look at all these shrooms. Oh, yeah, you really snuffed them. How you feeling?
Yeah.
We
Dating
need
my
to get this
friends?
guy to the chill out tent.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like, with every step, he's just dropping more of these mushrooms that's full on, like, 2 armfuls and they're just slowly dropping with every step.
But maybe we escort him to the front
Don't-
of the cave.
I do not think that he is quite all there at the moment.
No, he's
Just
right
see his
here.
face. He's here, but he is not here.
I just need to lie down for a minute. I'll be fine.
Don't lie down right here. Yeah, you don't. Oh,
Oh,
well, at least it's soft.
Did he face plant in the guano?
It would be hard not to.
Okay.
Oh.
Alder pulls him up so he doesn't drown in bat guano.
yes, that's
Good
a
call.
good idea, Aldo. Thank you.
Maybe we should put him somewhere dry and off
Yes.
behind some rocks.
Just set him over there. Yeah. We
I
can
grab what I can and put it next to him and set him down.
pick him up on the way out, I suppose. Let him sleep.
There would
Maybe we
now
should
be.
hide him a little.
Go ahead.
Is there anything we can kind of hide him?
Oh yeah, I mean you could tuck him back
Under the
behind
front.
some stalagmites, no problem.
Okay.
There would be a pretty fantastical glow now in coming from that second room as there's just hordes of mushrooms growing in that room. Piles and piles stacked on top of each other, filling that room.
I gotta go in there.
Okay,
Nothing anymore, right?
but don't fall asleep.
Oh, no. I got something for that. And I pull out my spore mask. But I think that's what a spore mask is for. I got that item, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I put on my spore mask. and I go and I peek inside.
Yeah, it's a bunch of naturally growing mushrooms. From being a mushroom expert, none of them look poisonous per se. It's hard to classify them exactly. They might have interesting effects. There might be a table to roll on should you decide to eat them.
And look, can I just have like 5 minutes? Here's the thing. So we can't light torches
No.
because we'll blow ourselves up.
Yeah.
But you see that light coming in there?
Yes.
Those are mushrooms. That's coming from mushrooms.
Oh,
Maybe we can get some of
Oh,
that for our adventure down the little door.
yeah.
Very
it
clever.
seems like a very good idea.
Probably want to put some kind of mask on them, or else you could go take a nap. April.
I'll watch Igor.
They don't look like the spore poofing type. They're just mushrooms.
Okay.
Not to say that there couldn't
I'll still
be
watch Igor.
You're
other.
not gonna hold me back. I'm gonna go in.
Yeah. In addition to all of the mushrooms that you're now wading through, off to your left, there's kind of this growth of lichen that actually spills over, and it looks like it drops down like a ledge.
Okay, go over and take a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too far down. You could, scramble down pretty easily. It would be hard to get back up. The lichen is fairly slippery, but it does look like it extends down to more carved stone than what you're standing on. In fact, it almost looks like it leads down to a staircase.
That's interesting. Obviously, someone has built here. Not just natural cave.
There's species here that don't grow together. Somebody did something. It's just magic. I'm gonna collect like 5 different things, and then I'll take a torch and I'll just swirl it in the bioluminescent stock.
Sure.
Hopefully to make some kind of light.
Yeah,
Super.
it's gonna fade pretty quick. But for the moment, you'd have some light. Would any of you be tempted in any fashion to want to eat one of these mushrooms?
Oh, absolutely.
Very tempted. I'm gonna hold off for now.
Alder's not in there. Alder's watching Igor.
Yeah.
In his sleep, Igor is still like reaching for the pile of mushrooms and like feigning taking a bite because there's nothing to grab. He dropped all the mushrooms, but he's still trying to
Right.
eat them.
Alder goes back and grabs one of the mushrooms and puts it under the crook of his arm like a stuffed animal.
Ah,
So sweet.
yeah, he takes a big old bite. It's kind of juicy, but
Oh.
otherwise seems delicious.
Just, Alder's made a real creep just standing there watching him sleep.
I just watched it sleep. Oh, lordy.
Yeah, you could add some mushrooms to your inventory there, Holly.
And so should we go fill in, friends? Or do you want to go down there and we can all catch up?
Should probably at least go back and bring him in.
Yes. It's if you would like to go get Alder, maybe I will pop down and see what is what. Yes.
Certainly. Maybe roll some small stones if you can, so that it's a little easier to climb back up. In case we have to
Yeah,
eat
yes.
feet out of here.
Good idea.
The ledge look like Alder could reach it with the fish hook. Like could reach down.
I bet he could.
Maybe Alder would be the only of you that might have a chance of.
And so there's a little door.
Well,
I would
here
say,
goes nothing.
Holly, while you are harvesting mushrooms, you would find a small pushpin dagger kind of strewn amongst them. It probably belongs to Igor, but got just discarded in the mushroom frenzy.
I will return this to Igor later, but he should not have anything sharp right now.
So yeah, fill another.
Spoken like a
inventory
mushroom
spot.
expert.
How you look in your inventory?
I've got so many mushrooms. I had double rations of mushrooms before he came in. And so, I've got a jar of guano and a dagger. And that's pretty much it. And my mask.
So there are 6 spots total. Did you reach past your cap of 6 items?
I'm right at my
Okay.
cap.
The pushpin dagger does take a slot too.
Can Holly move the mask to her body slot since she's technically wearing that now?
I think it's just if you have it, it counts in your inventory, I believe. Because it still weighs. And wearing it doesn't make it weigh less, it's still encumbering.
Alright, now I only have 2 things in my body inventory area.
Oh,
Like I was supposed to put it right there.
Decided that one of us needed to have animal ears on, at least one of us.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Okay, then I'm not. Then I have 2 more spots open.
Perfect. Run out, grab Alder, who's just watching over Igor while he sleep eats, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What? I follow them back into the room.
we found a way down.
Okay. Bye, Igor. And he turns and he follows Avon.
So just for my sake, we're for the moment ignoring the small door.
Yep. I mean, I can, as always, I can only speak for Alder, but dude gets distracted really easily. He might not even remember the small door at this point.
What door?
Huh? What's in here? Oh, hi Holly, hi Hansel.
It's my
Yeah, it's a
Is it
lot of them.
cool?
Yeah. And Hansel, what are you doing over there?
We have found the passage down to some stairs here.
Okay. Should we go down?
I believe so. I think if we go down here, we might find some things.
Oh, good. We need artifacts.
Perhaps artifacts? Yes.
Okay.
But yes, I am going to go down first and see what I can see, and perhaps maybe make it a little easier for the others. Okay?
Okay, be careful.
I'm always careful.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to scramble down and
Slide your way down the lichen, landing in a stairwell. There are stairs that go up to a big stone door and stairs that go down to a big stone door.
interesting. There are two doors down here.
More doors? The small door. There was a small door. I just remembered it.
These
Yeah.
doors are both fairly large.
Okay.
It
What,
seems
what do they look like?
they are made of rock.
Oh,
If the stairs go this way, and then the stairs go down here, and there is a door at either end. But it
There,
seems safe for now.
there's a groove engraved in the floor of the staircase that runs straight down from the top door to the bottom door.
Interesting. Perhaps they
What?
were running water through here.
Maybe they rolled the mushrooms down the stairs.
Perhaps.
I'm coming down.
Just come down.
Others
Come down.
Holly and Avon, we're going down. We're going down. Scramble, scramble, scramble.
I'd like to check the groove in the floor to see if there's any sense of what it might have been for, or if there's or what might have traveled in it.
Doesn't look like anything has traveled in it for a long time. It's very dust filled. Well,
What's the lighting down here look like?
right now your only lighting is the bioluminescent torch.
Are there piles of guano?
There are not. These stairs are pretty empty.
So, you know how we said that the one going over the side was kind of slimy?
Mm-hmm.
Is it slimy in a way that it could help us get some guano off of our clothes without being even more gross?
It would probably only really help to get you more gross.
Okay. Never mind.
Valiant effort. Valiant effort.
So,
Well,
have all of you hopped down?
Mhm.
I know.
And yeah, you're staring at a staircase. At the bottom, what the little bit of light you have as it does shine down, you see next to that big old stone door is this like a wash basin. Hard to make out from up here, but that's kind of what it looks like.
does the groove look like it goes like under the door?
Yes. It runs about the center of the staircase.
It doesn't go into the basin.
Nope.
Or anything like that.
I wonder who made this. This is fascinating.
Maybe Igor.
Maybe.
Igor.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure Igor would be capable, but perhaps we check the door at the top to see what is up there. I'm curious what this groove is for. Like, maybe there is a stream or something.
Oh my.
maybe. Something feels. I have a feeling. it's a nervous feeling.
Is it stronger when you look down that way or when you look up down?
It's the the gro- the groob. The groob makes me nervous. What if a big thing rolls down the groob?
You'd have to get through that door first.
Okay.
I
You want
think
me to open the up door?
I believe we should check that door. Yes.
This door can I get to a place where I can like reach it with my hook and open it from a distance, or do I have to be standing right in front of it?
From where you're standing right now, around the middle of the staircase, it's the bottom of the door is about eye level for you. So you could just get close enough to hit it with the hook, if you'd like. It's
I'm gonna just give it a little push, a nudge. I'm gonna nudge it
nudge,
with my hook arm. Yeah.
nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge. Does it open?
No,
Okay. It's closed.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I climb up there. I go up to it, and I very trepidatiously open it. Just sort of like open it
there
and like
doesn't seem to be
brace
any
myself.
opening mechanism.
It's a wall and not a door, because doors open, and this doesn't
Yep.
have a thing to open.
not on this side.
Let me
Oh.
take a look here.
Here.
Kind of
Yeah.
squeeze past Alder. You know,
Likely, whatever mechanism
Correct.
opens it is on the other side.
yeah.
Not to say you couldn't
What
simply...
about the down one? Does that have a door handle?
I'll
He
take a
asks
look.
the others.
I'll go take a look.
It does not. The only thing down there is the basin next to the door.
Does the basin next to the door?
Mhm.
Does anything stand out about it? Is it decorated any specific way, or is it like just sitting there like a bowl?
It's just a bowl just carved into the wall next to the door.
And
Okay.
it's empty.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
Put a
there-
mushroom.
I'm incorrect. Carved above the bowl is a picture of a droplet, like a drop of rain.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Let's go back to the small door.
Oh,
And he turns around.
Wait, Alder, one moment. I think this seems to be a puzzle of sorts. Does anyone have any water?
Pull a little canteen out of my back that I keep my rations in.
Maybe try putting a little bit into the basin.
Let a little bit drip in.
Rock gets a little wet. It does seem to drain pretty quickly.
Maybe some more.
We can fill it with slime.
Or guano.
Maybe it's just slime harvesting. Guano is usually more solid. This is looks kind of like.
I suggest to the to the group that we do try the smaller door, and to see if maybe it loops around in such a way we can open one of the larger ones.
Get back up?
Yeah. But as we're about to leave, I stop as if seized by a sudden inspiration, and I take my rapier and I stab myself in the finger,
No.
and I drop it over the basin.
The first drop of blood hitting does cause the door to crack for just a brief moment. The second drop causes it again to shake. It was getting ready to open, but just a couple drops does not seem to be enough.
How did you do that? What are you doing down there?
I had a mad idea, and it, to my great distress, worked.
You could not have been so mad if it worked. What what did you do?
And I hold up my paw.
Oh,
Wait. That is both fascinating and disturbing. I do
do
not
we need to
believe that
put?
we should be leading ourselves to
No,
open doors. That seems dangerous.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
So, would you like to bleed more into the basin?
I'm gonna do
First,
that'll help.
the first question I have before I answer that is, is the the did the door move enough that maybe working together, some of us can like shoulder through it, or like force it open from here?
I could try.
You could certainly try.
I will assist him.
Okay.
All
I
right.
got a 5 strength, so I think I'm just gonna kind of.
You know, Alder definitely leans into the. How does assisting work? Do we have rules for that in the system?
Just anyone that
Oh,
would
yeah.
like to be part of the check, you can roll and
Okay.
suffer these successes or consequences equally.
All right. Ooh, okay. My strength is a 10, and I rolled a 10.
That's a success.
Is that a fail? Okay. All right.
My strength is a 9 and I rolled a 7.
Beautiful. Two of you
Be
just
damned. Oh no, never mind. That's a 17, not a 4.
My strength's 11. I rolled a 6.
yeah.
Everyone but Avon.
Holly's buff.
Just
Don't tell anyone that Holly is stronger than Alder.
Gotta lift heavy bags of artifacts all day.
Yeah.
Sure. Got that berserker strength from eating mushrooms.
Just placing, whatever hand grip you can get and just lifting, shoving, trying to pry the stone door open. And there's a few moments of making no progress. And then finally feeling it give, and those stone slabs just grinding open. Which one of you would say is the furthest up the staircase?
Just
They
up
have
the
this door at the
staircase.
door.
Yeah, furthest.
Yeah, I guess
Avon.
I say Avon.
Avon, while they're shoving their way through that lower door, you hear a similar grinding from above you, as if that door were opening.
Don't go anywhere.
What? We can't hear you over the grinding of the doors.
So I just go flying up the staircase to check to see if there's, and just kind of poke my head around, see if there's anything I can see immediately there. And then if not, I'll rejoin my friends.
It's a fairly large, kind of square chamber with a mostly dirt floor. There are piles of bones littered on the ground. There's some parts of the walls that you can immediately see are covered in these odd, elaborate patterns of that droplet shape. And there's also 2 other mice standing there at the door, just kind of eyes wide staring at you as you run up to them. You'd have them by surprise if there's something you'd like to say or do.
Do I recognize them?
I would say probably not.
right, chaps, just a little lost. Took a wrong turn in a tunnel. And
They look at each other for just a brief moment, and then both just lurch towards you, trying to grab you. We're going to jump into some initiative. Yeah. We get to explore all the rules today. So, combat. The foes are not unsuspecting, otherwise you would all get to go first. Otherwise, we make a dexterity save to act before your opponents. So all of you can make a dexterity save, starting... really just let me know if you succeed or fail. Avon, of course, being immediately up by... Oh, that's not...
We're really working at this door down on the bottom of the stairs.
Avon?
Not now, Avon. We're trying to open this door.
Later. Avon, what's your dexterity save?
I rolled a 7, which is under my 12.
Okay. Avon, you do have a chance to act first.
I am just going to do one of those like Saint Bernard shakes, because I'm still covered in this back wile, and just like see if I can get it all over the place and basically slime the floor, blind them, and then like use whatever's left on my feet to like skate down the stairs.
Just trying to clean yourself, just hucking little bits of everything that's on you around, and then just mad dash down the steps.
Yeah.
If you want to just take your normal movement, that'll get you about halfway down. If you want to just like sprint down, I'll give you another dexterity save.
Okay, I'll take that. Ooh, that did not go well. Yeah, I almost rolled a 14 as opposed to, which is over my 12. So.
You do all have a hero point, a mouse point, which would give you one reroll. This is communal; anyone can use it, but
I mean, if I just go like tail over tea kettle down the stairs in my haste, I'm totally okay with that.
All right, just taking that first step and then bounding another 4 or 5 steps, hitting just this slick patch of lichen that one of you drug up here, and then your feet are suddenly in the air while you just the rest of the way down the stairs.
Ow, ow, ow.
What are you doing? What's good?
For 3 points of damage. And whichever one of you would like to try to catch this sliding thing, this mouse-sized projectile headed towards you, you are welcome to do so. Or just step aside and let it flow past you.
I
rolled an 8 and I got an 11 strength.
Beautiful. Look up. You see Avon coming rapidly like a mouse missile towards you. Just brace yourself. Just poof. And chasing very quickly behind are 2 other unfamiliar mice. Very much angry, very much aggressive. They are both going to chase after you. They're also going to try to make the dexterity saves to try to get down the stairs safely. 5 and a 7. They're both good. As you are still trying to right Avon, who is now just battered and bruised. These two vampire mice come sprinting down the steps and are going to try to one bite Holly and two bite Avon. I believe in Mausritter, you don't roll to attack, you just simply deal damage. So against Holly, the first bite, the big ol' mice fangs just sink into your shoulder for 1 whole point of damage. And Avon, 1 whole point of damage. Now, those of you that failed your dexterity saves, you are welcome to go.
What is going on here? How dare you, sir?
They both just look up and hiss at you.
Pull out my sword and smack the crap out of the closest one
Yeah.
for having the audacity.
How much damage?
And it is a D6 for one-handed. Oops. 2.
2. Nearly cleaved through with your extra sharp blade, and it does start reeling back, but still standing.
This is my family's sword, and I will sully it on your blood if need be. Now stand back.
What? This is the first time Alder's realized that anything's going on. Because on my
Funny.
deck save, I rolled a 20. So
Wow.
he's been so invested in this story. He turns around, he's like, "Oh, who the And he sees like Hansel fighting with these guys, and so Alder takes his hook arm, and he's going to swing at the one that Alder's already attacked.
Okay.
With 2 hands, and that is a D10 with an.
Ow.
That's a 5.
5.
Dice.
That means that the health is gone, and they're taking strength damage, which
Okay.
means they need to make a strength save, which they will fail with a natural 19. They immediately get injured and just drop.
So I think Alder just like hooks him around the leg and like it just like whoop, upends him. So he falls back and like knocks himself out or whatever we want to do.
Yep. Technically, not dead yet, but dying. The other one needs to make a will save. Just gonna fail with the 14. Seeing his companion immediately drop, just now bleeding on the staircase, is going to try to start turning and running. But, Ollie, I think you still got a turn.
Can I attack him with my trowel or my pushpin?
Yeah.
Dagger?
So if you're dual wielding, you attack with, you roll with both, and I think you take the higher.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
4.
4, that one was unwounded, but that is going to... That's going to take out the health, which will start draining strength. A 3 is a success. Even though it just starts to get cut up from behind, he's still trying to sprint his way back up the stairs away from you. Avon, you're the only one of your party that can act before this individual.
Okay, sure, I will give that a shot. I will draw my rapier and see about... no, what am I trying to roll for this?
Just roll damage.
Oh, right. So that's that's a D6 for my rapier. Oh, that's a full 6.
The second one would full on just get cut down by the rapier and tries to scramble back up the stairs. Go ahead. The blood from the two kind of mixes and now is just pouring down that central groove. towards the base of the door that you had forced open. The door itself now willingly pushing the rest of the way open.
Oh.
So the one is still alive, right?
One is alive for another couple rounds.
Stand over him. Point my sword down to him. Who are you? Why did you attack us? What's going on here? Speak now.
Where is the artist's facts?
And that.
You will not stop the queen. It is too late.
The queen. What queen is this? Who are you talking?
Would just let out this low laugh, coughing up blood in the process. You will find out soon.
Seems there is
Okay.
more going on here than we thought.
There's a lot of blood stuff happening.
Yes, unfortunately, that is usually what happens when you stick someone with a sharp thing.
No, I mean the blood makes a door open, and that these guys have pointy teeth. I don't like it.
I do have plenty.
Very cool.
Do we know anything about vampire bats?
Have any of you studied vampire bats?
That was Alder's major at university.
It will be at this point that Avon sighs heavily, hangs his head, and says, "My friends, we need to talk." And goes and sits down on a rock and nurses his bruises. I'm afraid I have deceived you. I was not a cartographer before I joined your village.
What are you talking about?
What's a cartographer?
A cartographer makes maps.
Okay.
I was a bat cultist.
Bad cultist.
So I think I know what's going on here because I've been having nightmares. Why I left the bat cult, why I came and found your village. I thought it, being a bat cult used to be a clever way to find some intriguing company on a warm night. It was a thrilling, dark subject. I thought that it was mostly myth, but it was something you could share with something you could be to add a little mystique to your life.
I thought about us. I get it.
The
But
night
what the cult do?
they're here to wake up a vampire bat queen. And she haunts my nightmares. She called to all of these mice in their dreams to wake her up.
With that beautiful timing, you would all hear a crack of stone. That little bit of light you have starting to fade and see into that chamber at the bottom of the stairs, where it looked like just a decorative piece of stonework has now cracked and started to fall apart. now seeing that this was some sort of sarcophagus. The blood having trailed down to the basin hit the sarcophagus, and whatever was inside started to move. But we're going to take a real quick break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you got to do. We will come back. We will do our drawing to give away a copy of this adventure, The Tomb of the Slumbering Queen, and we will see just how much the old queen likes all of you with all of your wonderful mousy charm.
Thanks, you will like us.
See you soon, everybody.
That cold.
Hi, we are going to break, but wanted to say thank you for the raid so much. We are playing some Mausritter, obviously. We're playing an adventure called Tomb of the Slumbering Queen, and if any of you would like to a chance to win a copy of the adventure, the author, a wonderful person named Philippa Mort, which you can find their Twitter at Mort Philippa, they gave us a free copy, and we'll be doing a drawing as soon as we come back from break. If you type in hashtag Queen with a capital Q, you'll be entered for a chance to win. So we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. See you soon.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. And welcome back. Where we left off, we had a revelation about one of our own. Ivan was not the cartographer everyone had known to be, but instead a cultist on the run that had been having nightmares about the slumbering queen and her awakening. Which, speaking of her awakening, there we go. Epic music for this. So you can post it, or you can. Oh, that's the wrong chat. Ooh, I almost posted in the wrong chat. Aha!
Ha!
There you go. That's the music the stream is listening to. Speaking of the stream, if anyone wants to still enter for a chance to win this adventure, type hashtag Queen in the chat, and you'll be entered for it. But as this revelation is happening, as you're all peering into this dark and horrific past of Avon, you hear the cracking of stone as the sarcophagus deeper into that chamber at the base of the stairs does open. Ollie, that light you have from your luminescent torch has started to fade more and more until now it's little more than a glow stick.
Hey, Elder, do you want to do those super torches you were talking about?
Super torch!
Super torch.
Yes.
Avon, turn around real quick.
Once it's my turn. It feels like we're heading into initiative.
Feel free.
Rub the torch on. Pick up whatever guano's left on my friends.
Dexterity checks, please.
Oh. That 20. No.
Did anyone
I'm
succeed?
definitely I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend it. Do we have any hero points? Do we have any mouse points?
Don't. Oh no,
Okay,
we
never
still have
mind
one.
then.
We have
No,
one.
we have one.
I think Alder's gonna be selfish here if I can re-roll, if that's okay,
Please.
because I'm gonna light that torch if I can.
Heck yes. No.
Alder's dex is a 9, not bad, and I rolled an 11. So
We tried.
Mm-hmm. Oh well. The
Something
end.
heavy takes off into the air from that chamber beyond. And let's go for a d4 here. 1. Hansel. As the others are scrambling for torches, like everyone is getting their weapons ready, you whip around, unable to see. The light has faded so much that you can barely see your hand in front of your face. Something just reaches through the door, grabs, and pulls you in for a bite.
Oh, nice. It's just a snack
Yeah, it's
I
just
am
a
a snack.
little nibble.
to invite you for dinner.
That is 6 damage.
Oh. Ow. Okay. And I reduced that by 1 for my armor, right?
Mhm. So 5.
So 5. So that. Woo, yeah. Bye hit points.
So how much is left over after your hit points are gone?
1.
You take 1 strength damage.
Right.
And
And I have to make a
The strength saving
strength
throw.
thing. I rolled a 7. Ooh, I have an 8 left.
You are not injured, thankfully, as this massive creature just pulls you in, bites, and physically just starts moving back into the darkness of this room. But it's over to you all.
So Alder is still fumbling, trying to light this thing, and so finally lights the super torch on fire with the bat guano on it.
Immediately, you all have to physically, turn away. Alder, did you have eyebrows before this?
I mean,
You know what?
ow.
Yes, and they were magnificent.
And they shall be again.
Uh-huh.
Some Nicodemus brows from Secret of Nim going on there.
Just like,
Good. It's a good thing we don't have any mirrors.
Do I still have eyebrows? Probably not.
We'll find out.
No more whiskers.
Yeah, the room that you're in, this corridor, is immediately lit all the way to the top of the room, and you can now see into that chamber where Hansel is being pulled in. It's
Mhm.
a huge cavern. There are these embroidered, tapestries lining the walls. There's carpets along the floor. There's statuettes just scattered around the room. All of it showing that same symbol of the blood drop. Now that you're getting a better look at the fancy embroidery, it is a similar symbol to what the envoy was wearing, the member of the Desanguine family. There's even a large tapestry at the back of the room, because your torch is so damn bright, of multiple members of Bat royalty. Almost all of their faces just completely scratched out.
So this is role play.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Justin is like, "Oh shit, we were sent here as sacrifices for this thing," but Alder's like, "Oh." Alder isn't piecing that together.
But it seems like members of this family were being taken out.
I see. So their family was maybe
Hit list.
targeted.
Yeah.
Do we see the envoy's face?
No, this vampire bat is much larger than the envoy was, and its face is now slick with Hansel's blood.
And
Oh, no.
So has a hold of Hansel?
Yes.
Alright.
You monster!
But you can clearly see now the entirety of the room. Alder, did you want to move, or are you good in the hallway?
So how far am I from this giant thing and Hansel?
Well,
Not far,
within your
right?
movement. It just took a few steps back.
I kind of already did my action by lighting the torch.
Mhm.
You know, But I think what he'll do is he'll oh gosh, no, it's Alder. I was gonna say he would like make space, but no, Alder's an idiot. So Alder is going to like move in close to try and like harass this thing to get away from Hansel. But in the meantime, he's going to hold his torch, like his super torch, behind him for a second, and then this is a fun little thing. His tail reaches up and grabs the torch and holds it for him.
Beautiful. All right. Who's next?
I'm gonna smack this thing because I already had my sword in my hand. So
Do it.
that is 5 points of damage.
5. Still feeling the effects, your own blood just running down the front of you. Bring the blade across, start cutting away at this massive creature who lets out a screech of pain. She is wearing a beautiful golden diadem, which you can now clearly see.
An artifact.
She
That's
just
right, I'll do.
hisses basically into your face. Who are you? What are you doing in the house of the queen?
Queen, you're a Morphic ruffian. Let me go.
You
Commit
will,
regicide, I think.
you will feed my rise. Who's next?
You want it, Holly?
Sure. So, will you please let my friend Hansel go so we can have a civil conversation? We were asked to come here.
Will save.
No.
No.
Got 14, but I was 12.
She does kind of stop, still holding on to Hansel. Like side-eyeing you and watching the rest of your party enter the room. Not letting go, but is intrigued, definitely, by all of you. Avon? And
You want to say something, Holly? Oh. Yeah. So, I will. And there's just murder and hatred just beaming out of Avon's eyes. Like you've never seen him so just enraged and seething before. As he levels the rapier at her and says, "Let him go."
interesting.
Fight me.
She would let go of Hansel at that. You're making an attack?
I'm issuing a challenge to her, and yeah, I'm going to try and make an attack, and yeah, so that's oh, that's right. I don't actually have to roll for
Nope,
attack.
just roll damage.
Forgetting that. And that's 4 damage.
4.
Like, I get as close to her chest as I can, and just
HP
stab her
has
with the
hit 0, but she has not yet taken any strength damage.
okay.
You slash across her. As she let go of Hansel, you see that one hand does have this smoky blade that has now whipped back out at you in retort. As we jump into the top of the next round, which is her. As she has stopped moving, she does become just this smoky, translucent, almost ghost-like figure. the blade just wrapping her in that smoke. And she's gonna hit you with the congealed shadow sword.
That sounds like a that restores hit points for me, right?
Totally.
That gives me strength back and all that.
Well, that's 7 points of damage.
And Avon crumples the ground and knows no more because he is no more.
Just diving in to separate you from this queen, makes that slash, and then immediately that shadow blade just drives through Avon.
No.
That
Oh.
is the price
You.
of betrayal. And she would just toss Avon's body to the ground. It's back to you.
I may be a simple leather worker, madam, but you are a monster.
Roll your damage.
6.
6. Gotta make that strength save. With a 7 on the strength save, she's good. Barely, but good.
Alder takes his 2 hands here. He's got the torch in his tail, so he takes the hook arm, and he says, "You hurt my friend. Give us your artifacts." And he raises like the hook arm, and he's going to attack with that thing.
Yeah.
That is 3 points of damage.
Still, need that strength save. A natural 2. She's still standing.
Is that up to me now?
Up to Holly.
It's you, Holly.
All right. You see something come over Holly, and she just gets enraged, and she lets out this berserker scream, and she just goes in with both things. You aren't my friend, you bitch. Okay. So I forget
Mushroom rage.
I don't roll to attack. I just roll damage. Yes.
And you roll for
correct.
both weapons and take the higher.
3.
3. As Avon is just kicked to the side, Hansel and Alder are just laying into this bat, who is starting to flap these big leathery wings, hissing at you, whipping around this blade. How would you like to finish her?
Let's see. I will hold her in and ask Alder and Hansel to help, because I have never killed anybody.
I think that when she starts to crumble, just to be sure and to take the burden of murder off of Holly, Alder takes the torch and like lights her on fire.
And then Hansel will just Sparta kick this bitch back away from
Back
them.
into the sarcophagus.
Yes.
And Alder takes his other item out of his pack, which is glue, and glues the thing closed.
With Holly just carving away, creating that opening for you to jam the torch in and plant that massive kick. You can hear a clattering as the shadow blade would hit the floor, knocked out of her hands, as she would tumble back away towards the sarcophagus, but where she would hit, it is just a poof, black smoke.
Is the crown still there? Is the diadem
Oh
still
yeah,
there?
it would also go clattering to the...
Alder grabs that artifact.
Bring it over here real quick. I'm gonna grab the sword if I can and rush over to Avon and just put it in her hand and see if something happens. Because I can't do any kind of medicine check or anything like.
Yeah, let's turn Avon into a vampire.
Yeah.
She's my friend.
One vampire and made their own. Yes.
I mean, you can't judge all vampires by 1, 2,
True.
3, maybe.
Mhm.
Avon, would you like to make a will save?
I would certainly love to make a will save. Let's see if we can do something with this. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. That landed bad. Like, oh, well, let me try that again. Oh, holy crap! I passed.
Blood
That's
still just pouring out. You grab the shadow blade and just stuff it into Avon's hand. It immediately starts to envelop. That smoke just spreading.
Okay, so it's doing something. Don't know what. Avon, why are you there?
What? What's going on?
Don't
You,
try to move.
yeah. So you know how you were in that cult?
Lied about it.
I think that maybe because of that, um, this special thing that we took off of that chick is doing something now. Maybe?
So what am I feeling right now?
A lot of
what am I
pain.
physically?
A stab wound to the chest. Otherwise, the very, very cold steel of a shadow blade. Which you can add the congealed shadow blade to your inventory. It's a medium sword. While you're wielding it, you are invisible if you stand perfectly still.
Mm-mm.
Although it is cursed. You appear only in a silhouette ever. Solid items are hard to handle and now take up twice the normal inventory slots.
But if if he lets it go, he's dead, no?
You could certainly test it.
Well, I'll leave it up to you, my friend.
I'll sheath it in my belt, but keep a hand on the pommel.
So now I'll be see as a silhouette.
Yep.
Cool trick.
This is.
Avon, that's cool.
Hey, you still hear us.
Oh, I.
I was afraid you were gone.
I set the queen on fire.
Yes.
Let it never be said that you are a fool, my friend.
Do people say that?
No.
Never let them.
Okay, I won't. I'll set them on fire.
No,
Hey.
don't do that.
Oh, don't. No.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we'll probably want to talk about this more later. But is that did we do what we came here to do?
I think so. I've got this hat. And then he leans over to Hansel and he goes, but I don't want to turn it on because I don't want to turn it into a shadow like Avon did.
That's good. Maybe put it inside your bag.
Okay. He puts it in his bag and takes out a big hunk of cheese. And just takes a big bite out of it. Because I'm using all the equipment that I got.
Hansel will light one of his own torches and I guess just look around the room for a minute.
Yeah.
See if maybe there's another way out or.
You get a better look at all the tapestries with all of the other royal members of the Bat family with their faces clawed out.
Batman, Batgirl.
Yep. Robin.
Nightwing, Red Hood, Man Bat.
Do you see one that
Batmite.
resembles the Slumbering Queen?
Slumbering?
Can I take the tapestry?
Absolutely.
I would like to take it and stuff it in my bag as best I can so we can take it back as proof, I guess.
There is also a small room kind of off to the right. It's slightly caved in. You could take some time to excavate it, but it seems to be the only other means of leaving the room.
Avon, Colt, question and answer time. Okay. You know how you were talking about killing that chick we just killed? Does that mean that all her culty friends are now gone?
Either they're gone or they're really mad, so we should get out of
Exactly.
here.
Okay.
You don't know?
Do you guys think Igor is one of them? Or he just really likes mushrooms?
I think he's just eating
I think he
mushrooms.
just likes mushrooms.
Okay. I mean, he's gonna start leading the way out. Alder's like he does get this sense that's like, uh-oh, danger. Need to tell everyone in the town. You know, like that's his like primary directive right now.
Well, the in the rules for Mausritter, it says that about every 3 rounds you should be rolling for potential random encounters. A round is about 10 minutes. I've rolled for 3 random encounters so far. On a 1, you roll on the encounter chart. On a 2 through a 6, there are simply clues that there could be an encounter nearby. I've rolled a 1 every single time. On the encounter chart for this adventure, a 1 is Igor, which is what you got the first time. A 2 is a dazed mouse, an innocent. A 3 is 1d6 vampire mice. A 4 is 1d6 bat cultists. A 5 is 1d6 bat cultists. And a 6 is Mina de Sanguine. That's a 6, y'all. As Alder starts leading you all back, the room just gets darker. Even with your torches, that light is just compressed and echoing throughout the room, even echoing in your minds. Fools! You will not delay my awakening. Would you all make dexterity saving throws as we sprint out of this place?
Everybody run!
3! I actually passed one.
I got a 9 and I'm at 9.
That's a success.
Success.
Sweet.
I rolled 15 over 9.
Avon?
I rolled a 5, which is under my dex of 12.
So Hansel and Avon, 2 of you get to act first.
Can we grab the other 2 and yank them out of the room?
I assume that you're all running. Like, everyone's movement is spent running out of this place, but you...
yes.
It's basically what you want to do with your action.
Just
Help me
run.
with the door!
Yeah, alright, I'll
Try to
do what
pull the door shut.
Yeah?
well, except I can't, I'm still getting the hang of the shadow form thing, so I'm still like...
Avon, you have 0 HP and 1 strength.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can both make strength saving throws.
I rolled an 8 and I have an 8 left. Barely.
Just stop and just start grabbing the door, pulling it shut. Avon is there, but keeps full on just like slipping through the door. Just every time that he goes to grab the handle, just passes right through it. I'd say that would probably put Alder and Holly ahead of you as far as escaping goes. But you are able to at least partially get the door closed. That is going to bring us to her. And she no longer has her rapier. Not that she could use it in this form anyways.
Or her crown.
Or her crown. How dare you? Rude. Touch a queen's crown.
It was an artist fact.
It is an artist fact. That's fair. Yeah, we're gonna go with the shadow powers. A 4. Doom!
That sounds
Hansel,
great.
you have the frightened condition.
Oh.
You cannot willingly move closer to the queen without a successful will save.
Good with that.
Now it's back to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to close the door.
I mean, if Alder has actions now, he's gonna.
Yeah,
try
Alder
to-
and Holly, you're up.
Okay. Alder is going to turn to all of them and say, "Run, and I'll close the door." And he turns around and strength
Wait a
check, I
second.
assume.
Strength save, yep.
Wait a second.
What?
Okay. Hansel, give me your torch. Okay. Or Hansel can still do stuff. He just can't move closer, right?
Yes, cannot willingly move closer to the queen without a will save.
I'm gonna grab that big pot of guano and toss it in the room as toss your torch in. Or I'll do it myself, depending on whatever we can get away with. Stand back.
Ah!
Yeah? The first jar would go through just fine, landing and just scattering along the floor. How about a dexterity save for the torch?
8 out of 10.
The jar goes in, then you reel back with the torch, just hurl it in behind as Alder comes up to start closing the door the rest of the way behind you. And it is just a boom of an inferno behind the door as it is finally shut. You probably bought yourself some time, unknown how much.
I love that. We don't know if she's alive or not.
Nope.
Let's go.
Go! I'll
Running
start running.
up the steps, you see the door at the top is open, but you also have this lichen-covered wall that you could try to climb.
They're way out in the upper room.
I mean, Alder's thinking lichen. He's gonna go towards that cliff edge.
Okay. Anyone else?
No.
If Alder's stopping there, then
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll-
he's going as far as he can go, but he's also like waiting at the bottom of the ledge to like help other people up if he has to like lift them up or use his hook or whatever he's gonna do.
hey, do this. Holly, help me. And Hansel's going to come up and put his hands down for Alder to step into,
Okay.
and the
To
two
lift
of
him
them
up.
can try to lift Alder up so that he can grab the edge and pull himself up.
Right. I think he's also thinking Avon's really weak right now. Like Avon's not going to pass any strength saves. So if
Right.
he has to like put that hook around Avon and like reel Avon in,
Yeah.
So yeah, Alder strength save with advantage, so you can roll twice and take the better result.
okie doke. Strength save with advantage. Oh, a double success, a 5 and a 6 under 2.
Beautiful.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Yeah,
Hopper.
Alder is a hulking specimen of a mouse, but still just hoisting up. Alder would disappear up the lichen-covered cliff and then immediately whip back around, holding the hook down.
Mhm.
Yeah, whoever would like to go first, you can roll strength with advantage.
Let's try to get Avon up.
You just gotta hit a 1 and at least 2 rolls. Or out of 2
So
rolls.
Avon's
I mean.
rolling with advantage.
Yep.
Nope. Nope. Oh, that's a nat 20. No way.
So it gets like halfway
Get them
up and then just passes through the hook, slides back down.
Alder, get the other two up. Leave me.
No, I'm not gonna leave you, Shadow Man, who used to be my friend.
Hansel or Holly, either of you like to try to get up?
Holly, go for it.
Okay.
Strength with advantage.
Dex?
Strength.
Strength.
Yeah.
Yes, 6.
Success, yeah,
Um,
I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just hoist it up
um,
between Hansel and grabbing onto the hook to pull yourself the rest of the way up.
and then I'll say, Alder, put your hook on this bag.
Okay.
Down, and then you can, Avon, get in the bag.
Sort of maneuvers it over towards the bag.
Just
Hansel,
put myself in.
you still have an action?
Yeah, if the hook is like, I'm gonna try to grab the hook and climb up of it.
Yeah, strength with advantage.
Seven on the second roll.
Is that
That's
a
a bad.
success?
Yes, I have an 8 right now, so.
3 of you are up, with Avon still staring up at you. That door now just cracks and is blown open. That darkness just filling this chamber. The screech of pain. And she is going to again roll for ghostly powers. That is... Roll... Oh,
Listeners.
we are going to throw a creature or object d6 times 6 feet. Or inches. d6 times 6 inches, because rats are like 3 inches, 4 inches tall. We're going to go with a d4. It's always a 1. Hansel. As you're reaching down to help Avon, something just grabs onto your hand, starts pulling down. Yeah, you were just pulled into that chamber and then yeeted up the stairs.
Oh.
It's
that was good, right?
30 inches. Just zoom up through the door, land in the chamber with the bones, and just come to a skidding halt.
Oh, you bitch!
It actually gets D3 powers, not 1. I was wrong. But the second one is Rot. And Holly, do you have any rations on you?
Yeah.
Your rations are now destroyed.
All of them?
Your rations are destroyed.
Well, that's 3 empty spots I have to put more stuff in.
But that's it. Hansel and Avon, you two still have initiative.
So, let me just make sure I got what happened just now. So, something snagged Hansel and threw him up into that upper chamber that I first encountered the 2 vampire rats in.
Yep.
Okay, so, I immediately I tell Alder and Holly to just get out, but I will do my best to try and get Hansel back and get him out of here somehow.
Take off running up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you'd have enough if you want to spend your action to move, to get to the stairs, get into the room, and stare at Hansel, who just slid into a pile of bones. Speaking of...
Hansel, talk to me.
Ow! Oh, he kind of stands up. Oh, what? What? Looking around, is there another way out of this room?
There is. From this room, there is the door that you would come through. There's a small ladder that leads off and down to the right, and a staircase that leads up to the left.
Staircase! Hurry, run!
Beeline for the staircase?
Yep.
All right. I think you'd hit the top. You'd see a small door to your left, and then a path that leads straight forward and looks like it connects to that original small door.
That's right for that one.
Alder and Holly, your two companions just disappear into the darkness.
I heard the meal though, man.
You did.
I'm gonna book it for the small door on top.
Yeah. You have to wade your way through the mushroom room, back to that big stone door that you had entered. Igor would be there, now being conscious.
Well, physically there.
He has regathered all of the mushrooms that were dropped and is now glowing like the mouse torch. A bright neon blue glow.
All right.
I'm sorry to interrupt the narrative here. Have you seen that episode of What We Do in the Shadows where they drink the blood of the wizards who are on drugs and now they're on drugs? We should give Igor to the vampire bat queen and make her high on mushrooms.
So, one of the effects of the mushrooms is that your fur glows brighter than a torch for 1d6 turns.
Wow.
If I know this, I'm gonna. Do I know this? Will I figure that
It
out?
looks like it's the effect of the mushrooms, yeah.
Then on my way to the door, I'm gonna grab a handful, cram them in.
Roll a d6, please.
Okay. One.
It's super tasty. It's just a
Oh,
perfectly tasty mushroom, but no other effect.
one. Well, I'm not going back for more.
Igor has plenty if on the next turn you wanted to just grab one and stuff it in.
Not if it's gonna delay us getting to that door.
No, you are out. You were staring at the exit.
At the exit or at the little door?
Either. You've made it back to that first room where you could either leave or you could go towards the little door or the big doors you just came through.
I want to try to open the little door.
Yeah, it opens no problem. You stare down this long hallway and you can hear footsteps, but there's no light down there.
Let's shout in there. Hansel, Avon!
We're going!
This way!
Alder, anything you want to do through action?
I mean, Alder's going to follow Holly out into that sort of main entrance room. But I think what he's going to do is he's going to take his glue, and I don't even know what it just says glue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It doesn't say like Elmer's glue or glue strips, or, you know, glue. So I'm picturing like a little tiny like sample size of Elmer's glue. So he like sticks it underneath his armpit, and as he runs, he's going to squeeze it like an accordion and leave a trail of glue behind him.
So you're
Just in case anything following them.
you're following Holly.
Yes.
You did see Holly reach down, grab a mushroom, and stuff it into her face.
Uh-huh. And so I think Alder in another timeline is like, oh, it's that kind of party. All right, let me get the glue out. And then runs, trying to leave like a trail behind them just in case it traps anything following them.
Perfect.
And then as soon as he gets out into that main room, he like looks around and he goes, Igor! And he runs up to Igor. Like Holly's over there at the tiny door yelling for Avon and Hansel. But Alder runs up to Igor and he goes, we need your help. Use some of your mushroom magic against the vampire queen.
Eyes wide, turns towards the door, just full of determination. Grabs a mushroom and just hurls it at the door.
Lands in the glue. Splat.
Was that to was that
You did it.
okay?
And then he grabs Igor and like ushers him out of the cave.
All right. Top of the next. Ooh, 3 spells. I
Oh
get
no.
all kinds of magic this turn. Back to my ghostly magics. Ghost. First spell is Rot. Hansel. Something grabs onto your bag. If you had rations, they are now gone. Second spell. I got that one. No, I'm not gonna do Poltergeist skin. That's not fun. Entrap. 4. Alder. Will you make a
What?
will save, please?
Okay, that's easy. My will is a 4. I rolled a 5.
Oh.
You just start pushing Igor out of this cave, start to turn back to help the others, and you are just standing in a black abyss.
Huh?
There's no cave, no mushrooms, nothing.
I think Alder like processing this, and like we see this. If this were like a movie, it would be this like, you know, action music, and then screaming and running and explosions, and then it would like cut to Alder and just like silence. And he's like standing in this. Like, he's looking around. He's like, guys, did we do it? Okay, and he just sort of like slumps like that.
For the round, you are pulled into the Shadow Realm.
Oh, he doesn't know that. He just knows that all the lights went out.
And final spell. I did that one. 4. Was it? It's Holly. Holly. Nope, that's just an attack. 2 points of damage as you are hit with a chilling touch. Oh no, that doesn't attack strength. That attacks will.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
fancy.
sorry, so, how many again? I take
2.
Thank you.
And then back to the rest of you as Alder is just gone. Hansel, you can continue running with Avon behind you. Eventually. Well, actually, do you have any source of light on you?
Not anymore, no.
And Holly, you don't have any source of light.
Me?
Yeah.
No. No, I mean, not unless my torch stopped glowing.
No,
Yeah,
because one torch got thrown in to set her on fire, and I've got the super torch.
And I had a glowy
But Igor was glowing.
That's true.
Okay. Hansel, I'll give you a dexterity save.
7 out of 10.
10. You're just sprinting your way up this hall, and then just all of a sudden, just out of instinct, come to the sliding halt, and just teetering over the edge of this pit, carved out in the middle of the tunnel, with sharp spikes jutting up a good 15 inches down.
Mein Gott!
It's a fairly wide pit.
Does it look like there's anything around that I could maybe use as a bridge?
It's an empty hall.
Scheiße. We may have to jump, Avon.
Well, all right. What about we slide? Can you slide down one of the spikes and then kind of clamber from one to the other?
No. I do not know how to do that.
What would you like to do?
Try. You can make the jump.
Well, I'm going to try. And I will try to jump it.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Oh no! Rolled a 12 out of 8.
I will.
Land just short, just fingertips barely brushing against the other side, and then start to plummet down. The pit causes D8 damage. 5 points damage.
Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch.
I assume that does strength damage.
Oh, yeah.
So I need a strength save.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, this is not going to go well. I rolled a 4, but I only have 3 left.
Avon, Hansel just takes just a running leap, slips, misses, and then plummets onto the spikes, and is unconscious and bleeding out. He has 6 rounds unless you can get down there and do something.
I'm not exactly afraid of these spikes right now. So I am going to try. I will do what I said. I will try and like use my dexterity to just kind of
Sure. Carefully maneuver your way to the bottom rather than falling.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's a pass. And I will put the sword in his hand and pray for a miracle.
We'll jump up to Holly, who saw your companions. You saw Hansel just plummet into this pit, and then barely see the silhouette of Avon just slide down after. And then,
Alder. Do I see Alder?
No, I'm in a shadow realm.
for a moment, looking around, there'd be nothing, and then poof! Big old form of Alder just reappears, just sitting down.
Picking his nose.
Alder, our friend's feeling a bit.
Huh?
Grab Igor. We gotta go help them out.
Igor's running. He's on the way out. And he runs down to where Holly is.
Did we use Igor's light? Do we still have Igor?
No, I still have the super torch in my tail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I was just on a different plane of existence for a second. That's all.
I forgot about the super torch.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
have that, and we'll run if we can get to that pit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I still have an action, so just he'll stretch his pole hook down there. His
Mm.
hook arm, pole. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
Pole hook.
Can I
That's what
assist?
I'm calling it.
Yeah.
An assist. Yeah.
The two of you would see Hansel just skewered on spikes, but one arm
Ah!
is now being enveloped in that smoke. No sign of Avon. Hansel does seem to be conscious, if just barely.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hook Hansel around like the belt, or you know what I mean,
Mhm.
something that'll hold.
Yeah, with Polly's help, you could roll it with advantage.
Okay. Is this strength or dex?
Strength.
Okay. So
Well, actually,
I mean, it's he's trying to hook him.
Dex
Are
makes sense.
we talking about the hooking, or are we talking about the hoisting?
I think the most difficult thing would be the hooking. I don't think the hoisting would be any problem for you two. Let's go
Okay, so
dexterity.
I'll dex. Okay. Yeah, 5 under 9.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not gonna feel great. As they just
Yeah, he apologized. He's like, I'm sorry, this will hurt.
Oh,
somehow maybe felt worse than they went in, but neither here nor there. Just hoisted off the spikes, over your hands.
God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. Avon, are you down here?
There's no Avon.
Avon's invisible.
Hansel is very clearly holding the blade.
He killed Avon.
No.
What?
I'll
Oh,
explain when we get out of here.
okay.
Okay. And then, if we hesitate here, does that... Let's get out of here.
You may give Mina one last chance to take a swipe at you.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's skedaddle.
Maybe you should leave your hook just in case. Avon? I don't know. Did we know that Avon's dead? That was the other thing people were...
I think we...
He just disappeared and there's no sign of him.
If you look at on Hansel's belt, you'll find tucked into it Avon's needle rapier.
Oh. Okay.
Three of you just pull yourselves and each other out of the mouth of this cave. That shadow still hissing at you, but no longer able to reach. Igor is still about halfway down the mountain.
And
There's
halfway down his mushroom trip.
This beacon.
Sobering up.
But
Slam the door, I'll reach in my pack, I'll grab some of the moldy mushroom, and I'll put it on the wounds with penicillin.
yeah,
I'm gonna try to get Igor to help carry Hansel.
shouting down at Igor, you just get this wide-eyed look back.
He's thinking about it.
And then he just continued climbing down.
Okay.
But
Let's try to gently bring
you
us
can
to town.
take a moment to catch your breath. She doesn't seem to have influence outside of the cave, but a very careful descent, and you'd finally reach the bottom of the Iron Bolt. Making your way home, one fewer companion than when you started. Would you hand any of this over to the envoy?
And?
Well, they're going to pay
I
you
would
in
tell-
pips for sure.
I would. I think Alder would sell the crown, the diadem, and then split it 3 ways, or not sell, but like present it like a, hey, he's not going to take it to the store. I think he would be like expecting maybe I'll get a reward or something like that.
The diadem is worth 600 pips.
What would I do with that many pips? I'm a simple man.
That's a lot of cheddar.
Hey, most jokes.
Envoy would take it, and you actually see a tear kind of welling up. Not seen this diadem in many years. Thank you.
A vampire was wearing it.
And then one of ours must have fallen to the darkness. Now we know.
Yeah. I've been to the darkness for like 6 seconds. It wasn't great.
Was there anything else?
He's looking at the others.
We did find this tapestry.
Oh?
You see, several people have been marked off of this. Clawed out.
There are members of our family. Someone is targeting us.
This was in the chamber of the vampire bat queen.
Thank you. The shadow sword. Is that visible? Or are you making any attempt to hide it?
Not trying to hide it, but not handing it over either.
Definitely glance at it once or twice, but not saying
It's
anything.
mine. I brought it from home. You can't have it. I had
From
this
home.
before.
I hope that this was worth it to your people. And I hope they will remember in the future when our people need help.
I can guarantee. Now, I should take this. I should head home as quickly as I can. Let them know what we're facing. And we will return. We will help you to remove that demon from the cave.
Okay.
We're very brave. Did very well.
Of
Of course. Give you one more flourished bow, and then spread those massive leathery wings. Take off up into the night sky. Is there anything that the three of you would like to do before finally being able to collapse down into your own beds?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Hansel will, in his little shop, his little leather working shop, he usually has a place where his family sword hangs on the wall. And he's going to add a new little holder there for Avon's rapier, so that they're both going to be there. And then he'll find a nice peaceful spot, and he's going to bury the shadow sword with the little marker for Avon.
I think Alder is remind me, what did Avon pretend to do for a living?
Or map maker.
Map maker.
Cartographer.
The cartographer. Is that right, Avon?
Yep.
Okay. And then so I think Alder is going to go and find Avon's shop, like where he operated out of, and sort of try and take it over for him. The maps are awful, but he just wants to make sure that this job, which I don't know if Alder realizes it wasn't even his job, it was pretend. Like, he's gonna try and take it over for Avon's memory.
I made the
People
map
come out
of
with
my house.
And he renames the shop. I don't know what the shop was called before, but Alder renames it "The Blue is the Water," just to help people realize, which parts of the map are which.
Can Alder tell colors?
Yes, he's. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I'm going to add that as a special ability. Non-colorblind.
All colors.
He unlocks that at second level.
I
To see in color.
100% now have to include at some point in one game a map shop named Blue is the Water.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright. I
Holly,
am
Otter Poet in chat says, "Here be cheese." I think that's what it used to be called. That was the better name.
Does anyone have any family in the area that we know of?
No, he was a bachelor to the end, and it was just him, and the road ahead of him. That was basically all he had.
Okay, then I am going to walk over to Igor and say I'm confiscating this. and we'll go back and I will confiscate all the mushrooms but one and all of the jacket, the clothes, and I will harvest the spores, grow some new species of mushrooms, and name one of them after Avon. And once a month, we'll host an open, everybody drop in everybody's welcome cuddle puddle in Avon's honor.
Oh. Well, as you all rest, you all heal, you embrace your new professions, you step back into your old lives, you single-handedly get half the town high once a month. That is where we are going to bring this game to. Also going to close the giveaway. And it looks like our lovely moderator, Dido D&D, the free copy of this adventure is yours.
Woo!
Awesome.
Hey, Dido.
All right. But thank you all so much for being here, for whatever the heck you can call this. It was amazing. We played Mausritter. This was so much fun. And once again, I want to let the cast tell you who they are, and if you're working on any projects, people gotta check out where they can find it. Starting the opposite of the intro, which starts us with Sean.
Hey, I'm Sean. You can find me on Twitter at SL5. You can find me on Discord as Rise, R-I-Z-E. I do this every once in a while when I can. I'm also a freelance photographer. Single dad, giant nerd. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next time that I know I'll be back on with Lost Caravan will be when we do our next installment of Alien, the Epimetheus campaign with Meg Mysterio.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, so I can pick on Hooper some more, and because Hooper is the enemy.
Typically.
You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram, Raven Black Photography. Love it if people come check out my work, and if you're in the local area, I would love to work with you.
Heck yeah. All right, brings us down to Kai.
Y'all, Kai, I'm not much on social media anymore, but I am here on the caravan from time to time whenever I'm lucky enough to get pulled for a casting call. I'm not on for anything this month, but if y'all caught Monday's Fabula Ultima game, we are talking about the possibility of a part 2, maybe even a part 3, depending on how part 2 goes. So that will hopefully be sometime in either January or February, and looking forward to being back here for that at the very least.
Heck yeah. Yeah, Fabula Ultima is such a fun game. If you like JRPGs, it's just a blast. But that brings us over to Ling.
Hello, I'm Ling. I am a dice maker, needmoredice.com. I'm on the socials at needmore_dice. I'm going to be back here on January 4th for the second installment of Witch Fated Soul. I'm going to be on January 6th for 12 Layers of Christmas, which I'm told is going to be pretty brutal, which will determine whether there's part 2 or if I make it to part 2. Hopefully I'll see you back here again.
Everyone died.
As typically is around here. And then over to Doc.
I'm muted. I'm so excited that I'm muted. Hi, everybody. I'm Doc. I'm Doc Rimbo on all the social media, including Twitch and Twitter and stuff like that. This was so much fun. It's such just a smooth system. It's easy to get into. It's really about scale, right? It's just very scaled down and clean. I loved it, and it was a fun adventure, and this crew was fantastic. You can see me here tomorrow night. running a session of Delta Green that should be 2 episodes long, and we've titled it Henrietta. This is the first time this group is going to be going on a mission together, and they're, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I love watching these characters come together. So tomorrow night is episode 1, and then the 22nd will be episode 2 of Henrietta.
Heck yeah. And of course, I'm Andrew. I'm here all the time doing all the things because it's totally normal to stream like 20 to 25 times a month.
Well,
Totally
yeah.
normal.
Absolutely.
Rest of life doesn't matter. I mean,
It's not like I have a regular 9 to 5 job or anything on top of that. Anyways, we have a bunch of great games coming up. If you do want to roll some dice with us in the future, because we do casting calls each and every month, you can join our Discord. Link is down below. It's that big old button that says Discord. It's where we all hang out, post casting calls, post schedules, and just generally be giant nerds. Our friends over at Dark Tales are currently live. I'm going to throw a raid over to them. But before we leave, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
bye.